Are you more of an artist or businessman these days?
These days, definitely more of a businessman. Yeah, for sure.
So talk to me about lighting Africa. You want to electrify 1 million homes is the goal?
Yeah, actually, when we first started, the idea was to light up 1 million homes. But now we're in 14 countries. So we've we've surpassed our goal beyond, and now we're moving towards global, investments there.
But you're not, I mean, you don't think of yourself as a nonprofit. You were doing this to make money.
Oh yeah, no, clearly, Akon Lighting Africa is for profit. I think it got mixed up in the nonprofit because everyone kept saying it's an initiative on a level of, because it's doing so much good for Africa itself, they just assumed that it was, nonprofit. And not too many artists, kind of get into energy without,
Yeah.
creating some kind of, charity,
Billion dollar fund. You're raising that with Credit Suisse. You've just started. How has demand been?
Man, listen, I mean, it's been so amazing because ultimately within January to now, I mean, like I said, we're in 14 countries, it's contract signed. So it was pretty easy to get them involved, and they were really excited and doing a lot of stuff in Africa, so it was pretty easy to put it together. So now the demand for it is really high.
When you talk to, are you talking to sovereign wealth funds? Do you have Chinese investments? Do you have United Arab Emirates investment? Where's the money coming from?
Well, so there have been a lot of Chinese coming in on board because they're doing a lot in Africa as well too, but they're creating on some private and sovereign investments as well.
Talk to us about the challenges of Ebola. You're obviously also doing an initiative with Matt Damon, Morgan Freeman. Where are we?
Well, of course, the Ebola is more about raising the awareness, because I think our biggest challenge when it comes to Ebola is that there's so much lack of education related to it. No one really knows what it is, how to cure it, how it really affects tomorrow. So ultimately, we're just trying to raise that voice and get everybody more involved in understanding what it is so we can figure out a way to actually delete it.
Is there an economic component as well?
I think it's more social than anything at this point, and how it's being projected. I think it's more so we can help to delete the scare, because normally when you're afraid of something, you don't want to get closer to it. So my purpose of even going to get it during that time was to know and understand it better so I can practically, give the message out to the people that follows what I'm doing.
Now, we just saw you get mobbed here earlier. You got a lot of fans. Have you met with any young entrepreneurs here, and what are you hearing from them?
No, I mean, especially on the digital side, there's a lot of them here. There's a lot of young entrepreneurs going into agriculture as well, too. But I'm meeting a lot that's more on the digital tomorrow, like that wave of, how the digital is actually affecting Africa. We're now leapfrogging literally into the future with the technology here.
Final question, what's the prospect for agriculture? You're starting in rice in Senegal. Where else are you going to branch out to?
We want to branch off to everywhere where there's official light. Because a lot of these areas where we're concentrating on is the rural areas. And those areas, after a certain amount of time, you really can't do anything, especially relating to agriculture for that matter. So we want to follow our steps wherever we're putting lights. We want to actually have areas where we're putting in a lot of agriculture. Because as you know, Africa, when it comes to agriculture, is very rich.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I wish you the best of luck. I thought we were talking to a hip-hop artist, but indeed we're talking to a one-man holding company with a lot of ventures in Africa. You can get on board now. He's raising money for that.